Greetings, parasite ecologists. In the last video, we discussed the challenges of being an ectoparasitic arthropod. Now we're going to talk about those arthropods that are Protelean parasites. Remember, a Protelean parasite is an organism that lives parasitically as a larva and is free-living as an adult. My favorite examples are the flies that infect people, causing diseases called myiases. There are myiases of many mammal species and lots of other vertebrates, different fly species whose larvae make their home in those hosts. I'm going to tell you about the fly that infects humans because it's the one that we know the most about and the one that's most likely to gross you out. But just know that there are fly larvae that are Protelean parasites of many vertebrate species, not just people. The human botfly is called Dermatobia hominis, and this is an absolutely terrifying parasite of people. Not terrifying because it's dangerous or deadly, but terrifying because it is super duper gross. What happens in the life cycle of this parasite is that the adult botfly actually lays its eggs on the legs of a mosquito. And this is typically the way that it's done. It can also lay its eggs directly on human skin, although that's less common. The fly is big and ponderous and klutzy. It's easy for people to swat it away. Mosquitoes are delicate and suave, and they often get away with landing on and biting humans. And the botfly takes advantage of this. The botfly will actually catch a mosquito, lay its eggs on the legs of the mosquito, and then the mosquito will go off and feed on a human. And that mosquito doesn't inject the fly larvae, but the fly larvae sense the heat of human skin, drop off the mosquito's legs, and then they bore into the human skin. Once they're in the skin, they develop through a couple of different developmental stages, including the stage that you see here, with all of these terrifying backward-facing hooks that are designed to ensure that the larva cannot be physically removed from the skin without causing significant damage. And there, the larva just sort of soaks up nutrients and develops. It creates a bump on the human skin, which is pierced by a tiny little hole. Through that hole, the spiracles of the fly emerge so that the fly can continue to breathe, even though it is embedded in the skin of a person. Then, when the fly is ready, it actually drops out of the human skin and into the soil. There, it pupates, emerges as an adult botfly, and the life cycle starts again. So the actual larval stage of the parasite is in the human host. The adult stage is out free-living in the world. The mosquito in this case is not a vector, but is instead a transport host. It's not required in order to complete the life cycle of the botfly, but it is ecologically useful because it can get the eggs of this adult fly safely onto the skin of its desired host. The treatment for this infection varies. Everyone's got their favorite. Often you'll hear that the best way to get rid of a botfly infection for a person is to place a piece of meat over the infected area. The fly won't be able to breathe, so it will sort of like burrow out of your skin and then into the meat, and you can remove the meat with the fly inside of it. If you try to just pop the fly out, you risk leaving parts of the fly inside of you, which can cause bacterial infections. Nonetheless, some people use devices to suction them out, or you can try to use duct tape to suffocate them and then peel them off. But really, in my opinion, the best thing to do if you find yourself infected with a botfly is just to be a botfly parent. Raise it until it's ready to pupate, and then it'll come out all on its own. There are many other Protelean parasites among the arthropods, but the botfly is my favorite. Next up, we'll talk about arthropods as micropredators. I'll see you in the next video.